Hi, in this lecture, I am going to talk about Python dictionary methods and how to traversal a dictionary. There are many Python dictionary methods. Here are just some of the common ones that we're going to use in this course. Um, you can consult the Python documentation for the complete list. The keys method, it will return a new view of the dictionary key. It basically return all the keys value. Values, it will return a new view of the dictionary value, and items, it will return a new view of the dictionary items in a key value pairs. So it will return like a tuple of the key value pairs of each of the items in the dictionary. The get method has two forms. With one parameter, the get method returns the value associated with the key. It will return none if the key is not found. And the second form of the get method is have two parameters, the key and the alternate. It will return the value associated with the key if found. If it's not found, then it will return the alternate value. And also copy method to return a shallow copy of the dictionary. Actually, for most part, this copy method will work for what we're doing, but I want to show you that some situation you might not want to use this copy method. First, let's look at a dictionary. Um, Given a dictionary inventory, you can iterate the inventory dictionary using for loop. We call dictionary is a unordered collection, but it is still a collection. So a for loop is very natural looping structure to iterate dictionary. In this case, I like to using like for key or for a key as a variable, for loop variable, and some dictionary variable. And you can use dot keys to return all the keys. So we'll iterate every keys in the dictionary, and we are getting the value using the key. So for every in this example, this is the key, and this is how we get the inventory value using um, the key. You can also turn the keys into a list. So inventory.keys, and then use a list converter function. You can convert that into a list. So let's see that in the PyCharm when I run this. So this is the program that you see in the lecture. When I run this, and let me move this up, and you can see that um, got a key in this case. The key is apples, and the value is 430. The next key is bananas, which map to value 312. The next key is oranges, which map to um, the value 525. The next key is pears, which map to value 217. And when I get the keys and then convert in the list, you can see this is a list of key. And notice that the order is the same as what you see that I enter. As I mentioned before, since Python 3.7, they make an enhancement that the order is what you see. It's the same order that you enter. The values and items, you can return all the values. Instead of keys, you can return the values, and the items is um, it's a list of tuple that contain key value pair. Again, if I run this in my PyCharm, and you can see that the value, I turn that into a list, and you can see the value and the items, I turn that into list also, and that become a list of key value pair tuples. Again, the value method return the value of each item. The item method return the key value pairs of all the item. One thing about get method earlier, that I mentioned earlier, it is much better than using the index operator. Recall, when you're using the index operator, if the key is non-existent, you get a runtime error. You get a key error. But using the get method, you will not. If the key is non-existent, it will return none instead. And I mentioned earlier that the second version of a get using two parameters, if the key is non-existent, then the alternative return value in that case will be returned. So let's look at this example here. I have an inventory again. I can get apples, which will return 430. If I try to get cherries, which I don't have any, it will return none. But if I do get cherry and pass in a alternative value, since I don't have a cherry, it will instead of returning instead of returning none, it will return 0. And using the index operator, you will see that's an error. So let's see that in PyCharm. And then run this. The apples have 430, cherries had none because it's not in the dictionary. If I do the cherry with the alternate value, which is 0, I get 0. When I do the cherry with a non-existent key, you get runtime error. And I can do this with the debugger, so I can see line by line execution. Let me go to the console. So print inventory.get apples 430. Now I'm sitting on the cherries, which print none. I'm sitting on the get cherry 0. It prints 0 because there's no cherry, and I will get an exception, and the program terminated when using the index operator for cherry. There are 3 ways to iterate a dictionary. You have seen that earlier for a key in inventory.keys, using the key method to get all the keys. And you can also iterate over the sorted key using the sorted function. You sort all the keys. So if you have a key which is not in alphabetical order or number order, you can use sorted function on top of the key method to get the sorted order, and then you can iterate the dictionary in certain order. But if you're using the dot keys, because iterating over a dictionary is a very common thing we do in Python. In Python, it is probably the most popular way to iterate a dictionary, just by say for key in dictionary. In this case, the dictionary is an inventory. For key in inventory, you do not even need to specify dot keys method. It will iterate the dictionary using keys. And this is by far, I think, the most popular way to iterate the dictionary. If you want to get the item and value, the key value pair, you can also use items. In this case, take a look at the for loop. The for loop variable is a tuple because the items return you a tuple, a key value pair. So if you look at previous example, I would have to use like an inventory sub key to get the the dictionary value. With the items, I get the key value pair for each iteration of the dictionary. So let's look at some example here. Given the following fruit dictionary, what is a Python interpreter output? Again, I have apples 15, bananas 35, grapes 12. What would be fruit sub banana? What would be fruit dot get oranges, comma 0? What do you think? F equal to fruit dot keys and f dot sort print f. What do you think it's gonna print? And del fruit sub apples and then apple in fruit. What do you think the Python interpreter output gonna be? You can try out on your own and see how this works to get better understanding how to use Python dictionary in the program. How about this one? Using the relative dictionary below, write a Python statement. Write Python statements to display the name and relationship pair. You can use loop to write down all the name and relationship pair. How would you write a loop? Try it out and we can go over that during class.